Hello and thanks for joining me. I'm out on the trails at the moment and I'm just out doing a few days riding on the northern section of the UK TET, and I've been camping out, so I've got all my gear on the bike with me. So I thought it was a good opportunity to stop and just show you my luggage setup. So when I'm carrying my luggage on the bike when I'm out camping, I always have this little bag on the front mudguard there, and that's got my tools and a few spares and things in it. That stays on the bike all the time. And I also always carry a backpack with a water bladder and a few bits and pieces in there as well. But I've got all my camping gear in the bags here. So you can see what I've got is I've got the Kriega OS System, and this is the 36 litre, so these are 18 litre bags each. And then on top I've got a dry bag. This is an Oxford dry bag, just as an extra bit of capacity. Now actually I can fit all of my gear into these bags. You can probably see they're quite full, but they're not totally full, and I can squeeze everything into the OS system. But I've found over time that it's always useful just to have a bit of extra spare capacity with your luggage. So you can see there's actually, this squashes down, there's hardly anything in this bag at all. I've got my tent in there, and I think there's my waterproof jacket and just a couple of other things. But it just gives me that spare capacity, so if I need any extra room, for instance, if I stop and buy some food or other things like that, I can fit it all in the bag. Right, hello, I'm just back from a few days away motorcycle camping on my KTM EXC 450, what I call lightweight motorcycle camping. I've been trail riding, I've been riding some of the UK TET actually, and I'm just home. I'm just about to unpack and sort out my stuff. So what I thought I'd do is just show you what I take with me for motorcycle camping. I've just been away for 5 days. But really, if I go away for longer, I don't need any more stuff than this. So if I was away for 3 weeks, 4 weeks even, this is what I take, because I've got everything I need with me here. The only other thing is obviously I'll be buying food as I go along. So I carry everything in, I've got the Kriega OS system there, and those are the 18 litre bags. So that's 36 litres for the side bags there, the panniers. And then I've got the Oxford dry bag, and that's a 30 litre bag on the back, but that's never full. In actual fact, I can usually squeeze everything into the panniers. The reason I take the dry bag on the back is it just gives me that extra bit of carrying capacity if I need it for picking up food and things like that. And also I prefer to keep my tent in that separate, so if the tent's wet, as it did get wet on this trip, I'm not stuffing it in the panniers with everything else. So what I'm going to do is unpack my bags now and show you my lightweight motorcycle camping gear. Actually, I was just thinking, before I unpack them, I'm just going to weigh them. So I've got some luggage scales here, so just 0 the luggage scales, yeah, and I've just hooked the panniers and the bag on there, and yeah, get that to settle on the weight. That's just over 15 kilograms for all of my kit, and that's including the weight of the bags themselves. So I'll show you that. I was wanting to actually just show you on the scales here, but this scale won't, it doesn't actually hold the recording. As soon as I put the bags down, it loses the recording. But anyway, it was just over 15 kilograms, they weight the stuff. Right, I'm going to unpack the bags now and show you what I take with me. Right, so that's all my stuff unpacked, and as you can see, there's not a lot of it. Do you know, I do enjoy a good show and tell video. Just couldn't resist the temptation to do this. Who doesn't enjoy a show and tell video? Everybody enjoys showing off the gear, don't they? So as you can see, it's fairly compact, it's lightweight, but I'm not skimping. There's quite a few things I've got here which when I show you, you probably think, well, you didn't really need that. No, I've got quite a few what I would call luxury items in there, and everything I've got isn't necessarily the lightest weight, but that is everything. So just quickly talk you through it. That's my sleeping bag, which is actually not a sleeping bag. I might open that and show you. It's a sleeping duvet, and that's a custom made one by a company called Astucas. Very, very warm, but extremely light. It's still a bit bulky. I've got it in a compression strap there. It's still quite bulky, but it actually weighs next to nothing. I'll get my scales out in a minute and weigh it. That's my tent, which again is extremely compact and light. That's a Force 10 Helium, and that weighs less than a kilogram, does the tent. It's not hugely spacious, but it's one person tent. Then I've got my sleeping mat, which is a Thermarest air bed. Again, it's there, I can't remember, I'll get it out and check the name, I can't remember the name of it, but it's a Thermarest, very, very lightweight. That's my pillow. That's an inflatable pillow. It's a Trekology pillow. I do like having the luxury of a pillow. Then I've got my water purification set there. Because I've been wild camping, I always take some water purification kit with me. That is a down jacket, a duvet jacket, duck down jacket, which again is very, very lightweight but extremely warm. Then I've got my wash gear. That's my little cooking stove, which I'll show you. My washing up gear, just a bit of washing up liquid and some cloths and things. That's my toilet bag. It's got a little trowel for digging a hole, some toilet paper and some doggy bags, because I always pack the toilet paper out. I never leave toilet paper or bury toilet paper, so I pack that out in some doggy bags. I've got my Kindle there because I like to read when I'm on my own. And that's backlit so you can read in the dark. My reading glasses and my head torch. Some mosquito guard. If I go off in the summer, I take mosquito head net as well, but this time of year it's not so bad. But I still carry a bit of mosquito guard with me. Those are my spare camp clothes. I take these to horrify a lot of people that I take those. They're very, very light. They are quite bulky, again, are these. But it's great just to be able to slip these on your feet when you're about camp, you know, take my big boots off, and if you get up in the morning and what have you, just slip those on, you can paddle around without getting your feet wet. That's my waterproof jacket. That's all my camera gear, actually, so that's quite big and bulky. So my camera gear, spare batteries, my GoPro and all the other mounts and kit. And these are actually some spare meals. I come back with 3 spare meals. I make my own dehydrated meals and vacuum pack them in these Mylar bags. That's possibly a subject for another video sometime, but it just means that I can always guarantee I've got some food with me. Very, very lightweight and also extremely cheap. If you make them yourself, costs me probably about £1.50 per meal to make those. So much cheaper than the buying stuff. Right, so that's pretty much it. But I'll show you some of the stuff in more detail because it's worth looking at some of the items in a little bit more detail. So this is my sleeping system, which is my Astucas duvet. So I'll just get this on the scales and weigh that. So actually that actually weighs 1.04 kilograms in the compression bag. So on its own it's less than a kilogram. So I guess that's relatively heavy. You can get much lighter weight. I mean, I've got another sleeping bag that weighs only about 600 grams. But this one, if I open it up and show you, is just so warm. I have never ever been uncomfortable with it. And if you've never used a duvet before, they are so much better. Well, I find them so much better than sleeping bags, mummy sleeping bags that you've got to wriggle in and out of, because with the duvet you can just open it right up. You've got it open just like on top of you. I tend to get too hot, so the purple side's the inside, the black's the outside, and with this it will close up. So what I tend to do is that's the top, find the bottom here, you see that's the bottom. I keep the bottom closed, so I've got my feet in the bottom there, so my feet don't sort of pop out during the night, and then the rest of it I just wrap round me. And if you want to, you can actually close it all up if it's very cold, but I just find if I tuck it in, then I'm absolutely fine. And this is actually, Astucas make various different models. This is the heavier weight one, so it's quite thick. You can see it's synthetic material, not down, which again is better if you're in damper conditions, as we tend to be here in the UK. So they do make various different models. This actually doubles up as a poncho, so you can see there's a drawstring here, and you open that up and that's where your head goes, and so you can wear it. So if you're just sat around the campfire, just sat around of an evening, you can wear it as a poncho as well, and it's extremely warm. So I love that. As to, because I'll put details in the description below the video. Absolutely love that. Then this is my Force 10 Helium 10. Now the poles are in here and the pegs and everything, so if I want to pack it away in the pannier bags, I take the poles out separately and then it packs down very small. But this, again, I'll weigh it, but this actually weighs less than a tarp setup. I did used to, well I say used to, a few times I've used a tarp setup, but I've actually found that this tent weighs less than my tarp. So this is 1.16 kilograms with everything in here, and I've actually got an extra under mat, ground sheet in there as well, footprint in there as well, just to protect the bottom of it. So 1.16 kilograms for a one person tent. It's not hugely spacious, it's definitely one person, but I just get me and my gear and stuff in there. I do have a bigger tent. If I know the weather's going to be bad and I need a bit more room, I have a bigger tent, but it's just so light, just about a kilogram. It's absolutely fantastic. So that's my camera gear. I don't need to show you inside that. Yeah, maybe I'll just show you my cook gear. If I'm going off on my big bike and I'm going off on a big long tour, I've got a Trangia system with a gas burner adapter on it, and I take that. But this is just a very lightweight one, which is all I need, because with these ready meals that I take here, all I need to be able to do is boil water for drinks and for putting in those meals. So this is just a very simple pot. The top of the pot here you can use as a cup. The bottom of the pot here, boil up water and what have you. The gas fits in it. The plastic is just to stop it rattling around and scratching surface. And then this is my little pocket rocket stove. So it's an MSR pocket rocket, is that. And that just attaches on the top of the gas bottle and you're off. And you're probably familiar with these. They're very, very lightweight, very robust, excellent little stoves. So guys, I just put all of that in plastic just to stop it rattling around and scratching things. And then that all goes inside this this little bag. So that's nice and neat and tidy. So in terms of the clothing that I take, obviously I've got my gear that I wear for riding. I've got a woolly hat for the evenings around camp. I just take very lightweight, so this is a very fast drying lightweight extra t-shirt. I've got the down jacket here for extra warmth, and then I take a couple of spare pairs of clean pairs of underwear, and again they're the fast drying ones, and I wear the light cycle shorts ones because they don't chafe and rub when you're on the bike. And these the t-shirt and the boxer shorts here, they are such lightweight material. If you get them wet or if you wash them, I just hang them up inside the tent overnight, and they actually dry overnight in the tent just from my body heat in the tent. So very fast drying. Spare socks, merino wool socks. They don't dry fast, unfortunately, but they stay warm when you're wet. And then just a pair of lightweight combat trousers here that I wear. Yeah, my airbed. I'll show you my airbed. So that's the
Thermarest bed. I can't remember what it's called. Oh, Neoair. There's the label. Neoair. So it's a Thermarest Neoair. Very, very lightweight, but very well insulated as well. So I find if you pump it up so it's not too hard, it leaves it quite soft, and that's the most comfortable I've found. So it's still got a bit of softness in it, and very warm. I'll just put this on the scales and see what it weighs. See how the scales there. That's 37 grams, that weighs, 37 grams, so hardly anything. And then the little Trekology pillow that goes with that as well, that's my little pillow that goes with it. Again, that weighs absolutely nothing, but yeah, it's a nice bit of luxury. And yeah, the water purification system. Yeah, it's they're quite well known of this. It's a Sawyer. Just getting the picture there. It's a Sawyer filter system. And I just got all the bits, including the syringe for cleaning it out and everything. I just carry it around here because it's just very, very lightweight. Is that, and it just means that if you're out camping, you find a stream or something like that, you can be more confident about the water, filter it through there, and then if I'm really worried, I'll filter it and boil it. So that's pretty much it, really. Obviously, there's no tools in there. My tools are in a separate bag I carry on the bike, and also when I'm riding, I wear a backpack, and that's got my water bladder in it, and a couple of other items: spare pair of gloves, a couple of snack bars, some chain lube, a few things like that. I just keep in the rucksack. Because that's stuff I will carry with me every time I go out anyway, you know, my tools and those bits and pieces like that. So this is just the extra stuff I take with me when I'm going camping. So there we are, that's my little show and tell video. I hope that's been useful and interesting for you. Right, now get everything cleaned up and put away. But first job, I think I'll go and put the kettle on. Make a nice cup of tea. Thanks, bye.